I guess that leads us into Turbo Wizard.
Turbo Wizard.
Guys, why don't you come up a little closer?
Right.
Let's
Make Lauren do it because
We'll,
he's nervous all day.
Why?
we'll give you this here mic. We'll give you a microphone to talk on. How about that? That way people can hear you out there in Radio Land.
Scoot up in here, guys.
We're
Come in
all-
for the
we're
real
all
thing.
friends here. Come on.
This is like getting in the pit.
No,
No elbows, guys. No
the
elbows.
entire university right now is whoever's listening to college radio still.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody listens to college radio. So guys, tell me about Turbo Wizard. I mean, what do you guys do? You guys like cast magic missile? What is it? What is Turbo Wizard?
It's definitely very mystical based.
Very, very fantasy heavy, fantasy inspired type things.
Tap a lot of lands.
Tap a lot of lands, play a lot of Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
Write some songs about those cards.
Right. Well,
We all love Lord of the Rings.
It's a nice way to find a niche to play, to make a great song musically, and then to find lyrics that fit very well
Sweet.
and quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of like me and Brad had Brad's our other guitarist. We used to have like a fantasy acoustic duo called Bear and Dragon, and we had this whole lore world set like that we just made up. We only wrote one song though, but
It was epic.
But it was epic.
and so we just kind of started a rock band and just started writing words that sounded like that.
and it's turbo because you guys are fast.
Some songs
Sometimes we are, sometimes we're not.
Really, we were just super surprised that no one else has taken the band name yet.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It's a cool freaking band name.
Well, it's
Trademark that.
It's interesting
We really need to
because
do that.
Yeah.
one of the common themes that, and we've discussed this before, is among metal musicians, among metal fans, people are always surprised to learn that they're all a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons nerds, Lord of the Rings nerds, Harry Potter nerds, Magic the Gathering nerds. They love this fantasy concept, and they're extremely nice people. And they think, oh, they're death metal guys. It's metal. They're scary, and really they're just teddy bear nerds. They're into.
I couldn't describe Lauren better than as a teddy bear nerd.
You got a little Teddy
Yeah,
going
little
on,
Teddy.
Lauren.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, just engaged too. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Ring,
Yeah.
Bring that up.
Wife
Hey,
wifing it down. Maybe she's looking.
Congrats to the Tedette.
Yeah.
Hey, honey.
Yeah, congratulations. I love getting married.
It's great.
That's why I've done it 3 times.
It's so fun.
It's my first time.
It just
Hopefully my last time. I'm sure it will be.
And you know what? The Evanator is a wonderful divorce attorney.
Oh, really?
So
Started off early.
Yeah, you make it your first 3. That's a good move. Make it through the first 7. You're probably pretty golden, and then
Nice.
if you make it through 20, it's all the way.
Just keep
20
going.
So-
Yeah.
otherwise, what
I
would
mean,
you
it just keeps
recommend?
going
Evan?
up.
Like
Yeah,
a
that's-
prenup?
No, I recommend just love your spouse and don't get divorced.
There you go.
That's what we're trying to do.
So
Yeah.
that is the cheapest and best way to live your life. But that's the thing. I always tell people, it's sort of that elevator speech. They always say, what do you do? I say, I'm a divorce lawyer. And the first thing everyone always says is, well, I hope I never need you. And my thought is, that's fine, but probably half of your friends will. So you just send them my way.
And I think
so.
in this state, we're probably way up towards the top of number of divorces. What
They say that, but I don't know that we're that. You know,
We're gonna bring that number down by like 0.1%.
let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. But,
0-0-1.
So you guys are big Lord of the Rings fans. Have you written any songs in Elvish
No.
Oh, you should.
or Dwarfish?
No.
we-
See, we try not to like
No,
blatantly rip off anything. We try to like make up our own stuff.
we try to hide what we rip off.
Yeah,
as possible.
basically.
Hey, that's good rock writing right there.
Zach did rip off Superman.
Yes. You do remember, though, in the Cabals, there was someone printed out at work. We used to work at all the same place, this warehouse, and someone printed off 300 sheets of Elvish language to find song lyrics and stuff with. You remember that? I found it on my time hop on Facebook the other day.
Wasn't that Zach?
It may have been Zach, but I felt like it was you. But I remember it being an Elvish pronunciation guide.
so have you guys
Elvish
ever thought
language.
about maybe just randomizing it and doing some like pre-rolled songs? So just like
It's a pre-rolled song.
Like
well, it's
lyric-wise?
awesome. Just do 446 and throw out the lowest number.
Yeah. We really, I mean, our jams come really organic. Three of us live in the same house, and we jam every Monday. And we've already got 2 songs lined up. Made one on Monday, just completely out of the air, and the lyrics usually come afterwards. So
Yeah, it's always music jams first, and then sometimes we record them on phone, and then we'll go back and listen to them and like try to restructure them, you know, based off what we hear. And then if there's anything there, and if anybody gets inspired, then the words come out. And it doesn't really even have to be like fantasy related. It could be about anything really. It's usually fantasy inspired.
You guys, it sounds like you've set up a brand.
Yeah, and that's
With
the
this
thing is like
band.
we can fall in and out of it, and that's what's nice is you can always go back into it and do, you know, wizard-esque stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're a jam, you guys have a jam style to you. You know, some bands will talk about I just write the riff and then we build on top of the riff, but your guys are writing together
Yeah.
through the improv jam. So then from that, I mean, how do you know which, you know, does it just kind of happen? The hook happens and you just kind of go with it, and then
It's like it's whatever whoever. Usually, someone will have a riff idea. Two or three others will expand on it, and then one of us guides us the entire way.
yeah.
I'm intrigued with this because Dream Theater did a lot of that back in their early days when they were in music school. John Petrucci and Mike Portnoy and John Young would just go into the practice room, the
Yeah.
3 of them, and jam. And a lot of their early songs came out of those jam sessions.
Well, you
That's,
Yeah.
that's how a couple of our songs, our first 4 songs came together. Really,
Yeah.
it was just
And
that,
that's-
the same way.
That's what's the importance of having like an organic recording process of that. Like just something super brute and different. Like not different, but just being able to like go back and listen to an hour and a half of jams, and 2 minutes of that is like that is gold.
yeah.
And then picking
Like-
that out.
And sometimes it sucks too. Like
Sure.
like, we'll end up sticking or like settling with something for like, you know, a couple of months or something, and then, you know, you can kind of look at everybody's face and be like, oh yeah, this part again, you know, and then just, you know, one day somebody's like, hey, what if we just do this instead? And we're like, that's it. That was it.
Yep.
Let's
Yeah.
change it to that.
It's also great is we all work full-time jobs, so we jam on Mondays, record it, sit it on the GroupMe into the Dropbox, and then everyone gets to listen to it while they're working, and then really figure out like lyrics, or maybe that idea is bunk, let's do something else. And then that's really, I mean, we've been all playing music together for like 15 years.
Since junior high.
Yeah,
Well, we're only like 26 through 29.
but we've all been hanging out with each other in this place called The Barn, playing music for a long time.
Definitely about 10 years.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So earlier during the break, I think you guys were describing that you get grouped into stoner metal.
Yeah.
Now, typically, an artist with fantasy type lyrics and content would be more of your power metal type of bands.
I think you looked like Weed Eater, Bongzilla, some band names that have these kinds of stoner rock things. Cloud Blower. There's a bunch of bands
I was
that
like,
are
like
touring all internationally on this,
Ah.
but yeah.
Weed Machine, Fu Manchu,
Fu Manchu.
Truck Driver.
Yeah, Red Fang, Truck Fighters.
Oh yeah, Red Fang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought The Sword was a stoner rock group when I first heard them.
It's just
This is doomy.
yeah,
Yeah,
doomy,
yeah,
deserty.
yeah.
It's that desert, droney kind of crossover that really makes that happen. And like I said, like we grew up listening to Kai's The Queens of Stone Age, where like Rated R has, what's it called? Feel Good Hits of the Summer, and that's 7 drug lyrics the entire time.
Yeah, and it's only 2 parts.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like stay on B the entire time, and then change it to a chorus, and it's just back to B, chugging on the beat.
Yeah.
That's the first day I met Lauren was in gym class. We skipped class to go hang out outside of school, and then he showed me Rated R. And I heard nicotine, Valium, Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol.
Really?
Yeah, it was the first. Yeah, it was like the first time we hung out,
man.
and I remember that day.
Yeah, I remember that too. Because
Yeah.
you were like talking to Zach. It's like, yeah, we'll just skip class and And I was kind of like not paying attention. You just looked over. You're like, you can come too, man.
You're like, I've been hanging out with Zach longer than you have. But yeah, that was. I mean,
It's like,
that's
we'll get out of here.
3
That was
bandmates
a-
right there, like 15 years ago.
You guys just shared a very romantic moment.
Oh,
It
it's
was
very
romance
sweet.
every day.
We've all been friends for like
That's
a
cool.
super long time.
All right, well let's listen to one of your tracks.
Let's do it.
I'm curious to hear one. This one is called Sun Eater. Why don't you give us a lead in on that?
Yeah, Sun Eater is the song that we paired up with another song. It's usually like the third song in our set, but this is our last song on the album, and the very end of it is extremely heavy, our favorite. And then Zach does some very good sparse lyrics. I think in this, he holds off a lot, and it adds a lot more to it.
Okay. What's it about?
It's about Superman.
This is the one he
Superman.
ripped off.
All right,
yeah.
Superman. All right, well here we go. right, welcome back to the Crimson Metal Show here on KXOU. That was Sun Eater by local meddlers Turbo Wizard. All right, yeah, they were stoning meddling it up.
Stones of metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Getting two birds stoned at the same time.
yeah, there we go. So guys, where you guys playing at these days?
Mainly Blue Note, mainly because Brad works there too. Our guitarist, Brad.
Well, that's somebody to know then, huh?
Yeah, and see, we get on a lot of cool shows because of that. Because usually it's like a national like rolling through, and then they can't fill the bill, so they ask Brad like, "Hey, play it, man," and we just do it.
Yeah.
I'd say probably about 97% of our shows have been at Blue Note.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we've been jamming for like 2 years. Did the record this past November, got it done by February, like ready to put out. So we missed Norm Music Fest deadline, and I didn't want to try to fight tooth and nail with like Rhett Jones and stuff, try to like worm my way into a set.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to do that next year. Yeah, we've just been doing the Blue Note. That's been I think we played like 200 shows up there.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, I think if
Got
we
different
just
bands and stuff. but
yeah, I think we just asked to play somewhere else, we probably could, but we just kind of get handed those shows at Blue Note. So yeah, usually twice a month we play at Blue Note. That's
Yeah.
about it.
All right.
We got go ahead.
Sort of curious, if people want to find out more about Turbo Wizard, where can they go to find you guys online?
Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp.
Yeah, you can download our album for free on Bandcamp. It's 10 songs. You can send us $1, send us $10, send us $1,000, or you can just download it for free. We've got a YouTube channel as well with our very first show ever. It's full-length HD on there, so you can really get cringed out by that. We do every time we see it. And I try to do as much Instagramming as possible. So Turbo Wizard Band on Instagram, because that's what the kids are doing nowadays. I'm playing with my coffee cup, and that's probably picking up in the mic.
Yeah, I could hear
Yeah,
that.
we
Sorry
can hear
about
it
that.
sort of drumming away. So,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
sort of curious. I mean, what steps do you usually take to try to reach out to fans or try to get people to know more about Turbo Wizard?
Yeah, how do you get people to come to the Blue Note?
A lot of it's just this big rock and roll family that we built over the years doing that.
Yeah, and there's kind of a big scene that goes through Blue Note too. A lot of people that like Mothership goes up there and plays all the time, and a lot of Mothership's fans will come out and just check out to see what's going on. Blue Note has like a really kind of a tight knit group that goes up there all the time, and sometimes they bring some stragglers and they sort of latch on as well and all that.
It's kind of changed from the conservatory bringing in the best national acts and international acts, and now the Blue Note is getting the best rock groups and stuff. Even like JB plays up there and stuff. And it's just I don't know. It's kind of we've got. I think we've been up there for like 6 years playing.
Yeah, since our other bands.
But it's just kind of hard to find other bands that want to be on a bill with us or are kind of the same here in like Norman or other places. There's really no other venues around unless you want to go super far.
I mean, there's
Here in Norman there is.
Yeah.
Like
like Oklahoma City. There's like 89th Street Collective.
there's
There's the Thunder Alley.
Thunder Alley,
Thunder Alley.
your mom's place.
your
Mom's
mom's
Place.
place. We've been invited out there a couple of times. Turbo from the Cat
Yep.
wanted us to get out there.
Yep.
But really, we're really kind of focusing on doing the next couple 4 songs and then doing a tour. We're gonna do a video pretty soon, and really just up our game. I'd like to get at least 15 songs out on our catalog, and then really make a big push. It's more of a family affair than anything, I suppose.
What do you think really drives you guys to put your energy and your efforts into Turbo Wizard?
Just making the music good, really. Making it to where like we just enjoy playing it and love playing it.
Yeah.
And if it sucks, then it sucks playing it. It sucks playing shows if it sucks. If we think it sucks,
Right.
It's kind of playing
So-
the music that you want to hear.
Yeah. Just doing what feels good, and
I think all of our goals is to be able to play music for a living comfortably. That's like it. I would love to just be submersed in music for the rest of my life. Don't want fame, don't want anything. I still want to pay my $300 for my share of the rent, and then that's it. If I could just stop bartending and play music, it'd be perfect.
super tough to do.
Yeah,
So
it's
what-
very tough to do, especially because none of us have musical parents. Your dad's the most musical parent out of any of us, but none of us are rich at any means to be able to pursue this
Oh,
without working a full-time job.
Now, do you think it's more difficult these days to reach
Actually-
that point?
I guarantee it.
I think if you're trying to reach like a Metallica Radiohead level, it's definitely tougher. But if you're like the internet's like opened up a lot of avenues to where people can just find whatever they want. Like if they want to listen to something, you can dig a lot.
Right.
I always like read or hear about people like complaining about the state of music nowadays, but it's it's only just what you hear like on TV or what gets thrown at you. You can dig and find what you want to listen to. Even if it's like you guys are listening to a lot of like Vancouver and like Canadian bands tonight and all that, and like I've never heard these guys, but it's all good. Like you can seek out and find what you want to hear. With all that stuff.
Right, and that's easy to do, but at the same time, just because I'm doing it doesn't mean everybody else is doing it, and so
Right.
it makes. I think it makes it more difficult for. I think more bands are kind of obscure,
Yeah.
especially if they're buried way deep, like and you're having to really dig for them.
Mm-hmm.
That means they're sure they're out there on the internet, but are they getting a lot of exposure?
Well, and the thing being that you dig for these bands, and I think it seems to me, and a lot of the guys we talk to have felt this way, that you're sort of encouraged to give your music away.
Yeah.
Say, hey, come listen to us. We want you to listen to us, and we want you to love the music like we do. But there's something about sustaining yourself. At some point, people have to say, I'm willing to pay for this music.
Yeah.
I think nowadays, if you want to try to project yourself and propel yourself extremely far, you can't do full lengths anymore. You have to put a song out every month and have social media presence out the wazoo, and then just be completely like that. But I also feel like at the same time, like you're saying, to keep the integrity part of it, like, well, once you come out, see what it's about, and just writing that weird line,
Yeah.
like not saturating yourself. And
So what are you guys willing to give away, and what are you wanting to sell?
Mainly merchandise and T-shirts.
So are you in the camp that recorded music is really kind of like a business expense, and that you should give that away
Man,
to get people to listen to you and go, oh man, those guys are great, I want to go see them live now.
that kind of seems like how it is because even the bands that we like, that we've played with, like 8 Machine, MF Ruckus, Mothership, we don't pay for their music, but we buy their shirts and we buy their hats and
buy their vinyls. And if you're really a big fan of the band, our thing is like, you can listen to our music online and then come out, and then if you want to come out and see our show, buy a T-shirt and that kind of thing. But just you can't demand $15 from people anymore.
And that
Yeah.
like if you want to do that, like I want to support these guys because I know what it's like, trying to be out on the road, go cross country, with like $300 and all that. And I don't know what that's like. Hopefully
I do.
And that's true. I mean, it's something I know that we encourage. I think people understand that, and I hope more and more people understand. If you go to a show, you may have paid your cover, you may have paid for your ticket to get in, but that's going mostly to the venue, to the booking agents.
Yeah.
That's the overhead. And although, it's not like the medieval fair in the sense that no one's going to pass the hat, but the way of passing the hat is to go to the merch tables, and if you like the music, buy the shirt, right?
Yeah, even the bare bones, just tag someone on social media, because that's all it is nowadays, man. It's all
The economy of
Yeah.
not the economy of dollars.
And that's true. It's the attention economy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's the question. You guys have played a lot of live shows, it sounds like. A lot of experience at the Blue Note. In your opinion, what makes people come out to see shows? Why do they even come there?
And it's the communal thing. Like with Mothership shows, it's because this is a Mothership show. They're going to put on a good show, and all my friends are going to be there, and that's what it is. And honestly, and as sadly as it is, I mean, people are out there to take photos of themselves and take photos of what they're doing, and that's what it is. And then really, it's just kind of trying to figure out that machine and that monster.
And then there's people that like get up to the front of the stage and like rock out because they went there to go see them. They're not just gonna.
It's equally half and half.
Yeah,
which is
there's.
terrible. It's half and half. People that take their shirts off don't pay any attention to anybody else but the people on stage, and then the other half are taking photos in front of the band, or with themselves in front of the band. It's just the world we live in now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Brad does that
Well,
too.
yeah. So I don't know. I feel like you guys probably haven't made a whole lot of money playing
Not
shows.
at all.
Yeah. See, but somebody has. That's the thing I think that's different about music now than it was even 15, 20 years ago, is that people are getting paid. You paid an engineer to record, right?
Mm-hmm.
You paid to have CDs pressed, right?
Yep.
You've paid for your equipment. The venues you're playing at, they're getting paid.
You drive
with bar
vehicles
sales.
that can carry your equipment.
So people
depressing.
are getting paid.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's usually never the content creators.
Yeah, we talked about this since 5 or 6 years ago. If this was 1972 and we were still the musicians that we are today, transplanted back then, we would have full-time musician jobs, either gigging, studio recording, anything like that.
Because the record labels were that big and that fat.
Yeah.
I
they,
think
they
what's
could just like they looked at how talented you were and were just like, hey,
my favorite paradigm of music to look at is pop country, and the fact that it's the only thing that sells physical records anymore. It's all Walmart, Target, things where you can actually buy a physical record. And that's why it sounds the way it does still. It's if you look into it, I mean, just kind of, I don't know. It's crazy the amount of
Georgia Florida line.
just that big truck dipping back road kind of music.
But
But no cuss words.
No cuss
The
words.
PMRC won.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then
Gotta keep that sticker off the CD.
exactly, and then it can be sold for $17 at Walmart, and that's the last. That's why Nashville's the last hub of music. It's because it still sells physical copies.
Yeah.
It's not digital downloads or anything that you steal offline. And you can, but people are still buying those records.
Same with hip hop too.
we might
as
actually
well.
have a
Yeah, you're right.
distribution network there, because you have it for sale at Walmart. You have
Mm-hmm.
maybe where, although I've been in Oklahoma City for so long, but as we talked about earlier, growing up in Ponca City, when you live in a sort of more rural area, terrestrial radio still has
It's got a huge
presence
pull
there.
on it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you have fewer choices, which means the distribution networks are easier to get your attention.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So at
It's
least
insane.
maybe
All
a
right.
possibility.
All right. Well, let's listen to another track. What do you guys say?
do it.
Yeah.
We into it?
What do we got next?
What's the next one?
I believe it's time for us to go to war.
Let's do it.
Battle Dragons.
This
Yeah.
one's Lauren. Lauren sings on and plays drums.
I
and
wrote the
Oh.
he wrote the words.
All right.
And then we just kind of constructed the whole song around the bass riff.
Yeah,
But,
I think Trey started off with this bass riff, and then we sort of just built the song around that.
Yeah, that's about it.
And then I wrote words about how giants tame dragons and pillage towns.
It's got a nice 1-2 punch with a little bit of a punk riff, and then a really gnarly pullback into an open setting, big stonery riff.
All right. Well, then let's listen to Turbo Wizard and Battle Dragons.
Battle
right, welcome back to the Crimson Metal Show here at KXOU, the beautiful campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Dead Week, and we are in the studio here with Turbo Wizard. We just got finished listening to their track Battle Dragons. Now, guys, we were so busy talking, I didn't hear the lyrics. I'm a little disappointed. So you're gonna have to do a little acapella here for me.
A little acapella.
Yeah.
What about spoken word?
Spoken word.
Nice and drony.
Let's see. I mean, it's mainly just about giants that tame the dragon beasts to raise hell in the skies and pillage the towns.
All right.
And then, after Brad's solo, the Knights of Dawn come in to try to decimate the dragon race. But the giants riding on the dragons are too powerful, so they smelt all their steel plates, and nobody can stop them.
All right.
With
well.
no ambivalence either. And I
Oh yeah, they
love-
wage war with no ambivalence.
That's my favorite line. Of that. That's a hefty vocab word.
Yeah, there you go. All right, guys.
The Battle of Evermore,
Yeah.
21st century style.
Guys, got anything?
Hey, what gear? Let's talk gear for a
Oh,
second. All right. So, Lauren, what skins are you beating these days?
The same early 90s Pearl kit I've had since I was a kid.
All
Tell
right.
the story about it. That's way cooler than that.
Well, my dad's friend needed some money, so he was going to pawn that drum set, and my dad was like, don't pawn it and never see it again. Just let me borrow it. I'll give you the money for it, and then, you can just pay me back, and then I'll just give you your drum set back. Well, he never did that, so we ended up with the drum set. Didn't play it for like 2 years. I think, when I turned like 13, I started trying to figure it out. And then, started playing with these guys in junior high and all that, and kept the same drum set. Started playing keyboards and guitars in our later outfits and all that, and then let somebody borrow it who kept it in a storage unit after a while, mainly just because I didn't ask for it back, didn't have room for it, couldn't afford the heads and all that, and needed new cymbals. So he kept it in a storage unit, and then the last big tornado that ran through back in 2013 actually ran through that storage unit and demolished the entire thing.
So
Wow.
right there and more then.
Right behind that Dan McGinnis pub.
Yeah, that's my,
just north
that
of where
was where
Glenn
my-
used to live.
Yeah, that's my story. That was where my storage unit was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh man.
And the guy told me that he went back over there to go get it. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know he kept it in a storage unit. And whenever I went back to go get it, he was like, "Oh man, like, dude, I'm just lucky to have this thing still." And he told me, he's like, he said it was underneath the tarp, being protected by the rain, but everything else was just like strewn about. Like, he had a nightstand, and then he had the drum set underneath the tarp, and that was it. My cymbals were gone and all my stands were gone, but the shells were still there. So
That's weird.
yeah, they're all like kind of mildewed out from the humidity and all that.
And Brad's got a Dr. Z with a super souped up Epiphone Les Paul. And then a
Yeah,
huge pedal board, and then
he spent years working on like getting his gear together.
Zach runs it through a 112?
That Yamaha.
No, not the Yamaha. His little boutique amp.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, our
it's a 210, I think.
Our lead
No,
guitarist,
212?
I think it's a 112. Our lead guitarist does
That's why Brad
his
needs to
through a
be here.
210 or 212, and then our rhythm guitarist runs straight raw into a amp. It's just like this little boutique amp, and kind of keep it crappy on a certain level. And he plays a Gibson Les Paul, and then I play a Fender P bass with a Hartkey preamp amp with a acoustic 110 and an Ampeg, or acoustic 115. I'm sorry, an Ampeg 410. And I've got the Assmaster pedal that's on that whole album.
Is that your secret sauce?
The secret sauce is the Assmaster. It's one of the best pedal names ever. We actually know.
How about Brad? What's his secret sauce?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Damn Blues Driver. That's,
Is it?
I think it's his Keeley modded blues driver.
We've been talking about his Blues Driver for years, and he got it. Did he get modded afterwards?
No. Wait, I think he paid for it to get modded. I think.
Yeah.
Brad, if I remember correctly, he runs a tremolo as a booster, and he also has a TS. He has a TS9 or a TS808 Ibanez tube
Screamer.
overdrive. Yeah, tube screamer. I can't remember. Is the newer one the
TS9
808?
is a tube screamer.
TS9?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's got a wah, some kind of wah.
It's the it's that,
that
Bad Daddy
blue-
Wolf one. It's got a foot. I
Yeah,
can't
it's the
remember.
blue with a footprint pedal, you know,
Yeah.
like Joe Dirt's old car he made up. And Hall of Fame reverb, and then
Man, you got his whole pedal board
Yeah,
memorized.
he's got it.
Dude,
He used to have the OCD pedal too.
Yeah,
It
he was
It got
so
stolen
bummed
at Norman
out.
Music Fest.
got stolen or lost or something. I don't know.
He's got all the classic pedals.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a total tone
He
nerd,
teaches
man.
guitar at Metrotech.
Yeah, he teaches
Oh,
guitar
yeah?
at Metrotech on Wednesdays.
Oh, good.
If you guys want to learn to
Join
shred,
that class.
do it.
Yeah. Lives in my house. Helps me pay my bills.
All right, guys. Well, why don't you guys tell us where you guys are playing next? When and where?
Blue
Give us
Note.
details.
Blue Note, May 14th with Wasted Theory
And Fanghorn Leghorn.
and Fanghorn Leghorn.
That's Sunday. That'll be a good time. And
And
then
then we recently just booked another one, May 17th, 3 days later at Blue Note as well, with Zetas, XCTAS.
Now, do you ever have issues with doing like a Sunday show or a weeknight show? You ever?
just try to leave early.
Yeah.
It's all-
I'm a 9 to 5er.
Right. Well, besides the time, but I'm talking about like the crowd.
Crowd-wise,
Oh.
what's nice about, and what I was getting at earlier was like the Blue Note now is taking more of the national acts than like the Indiana Street Collective or what used to be the Conservatory, what previously used to be the Green Door, because there's no foot traffic up there.
Mhm.
You have to be dedicated to go see that group or the supporting group or whatever. But
Yeah.
the Blue Note always they'll pull national acts in on their drown nights, where it's like $7 all you can drink beer cup, or Sunday nights where it's like no cover, and it's just so close in proximity to the city. There's always a good crowd.
And yeah, sometimes there's like no people there. Sometimes there's a bunch of people there on a Wednesday for some reason.
We're lucky enough to have a pretty big homegrown fan base too. We've got at least like 20 people that show up just because it's our show, and those are all close friends and family. And then, whoever else caught the Facebook invite or anything like that. I think our biggest thing is just trying to get the catalog together to be able to go to hit the coasts and try to shop around and try to do this for real.
All right. Why don't you guys give us another shout out to where people can find more information about Turbo Wizard, where they can find your music, where they hear about all your shows.
Yeah.
Facebook, we usually, if you add us on Facebook, you'll get invited to all the shows. Facebook.com/Turbo Wizard
Yeah.
Band.
You can just search Instagram Turbo Wizard Band, Facebook Turbo Wizard. We're not on Twitter yet because we just don't need it yet.
Don't do the Twitters.
Yeah, don't have a Snapchat, but we Instagram story and all that. Bandcamp again, bandcamp.com/TurboWizard. You can download our full album for free. YouTube/TurboWizard. You can catch all of our live action videos and all that.
Comment, like, and subscribe too for
And
more videos.
Yeah, sometimes we'll do Facebook. Yeah. Comment, subscribe, and what is it? Like. You gotta like them too.
You gotta like them.
And then
YouTube.
sometimes we Facebook Live our practices.
Oh yeah, we do that too every once in a while. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get to play my Nelly, through
Yeah.
the Facebook Live.
All right. Well, let's play your last track here. Cavernous.
Yeah.
Cavernous.
This
Tell us a
one's
little about that one.
this is all Zach and hit all of his Lane Staley glory.
Okay, so we
I
got
think-
some Alice in Chains action going here.
I think this one was based off of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Which we really shouldn't be saying, but
Well, without using any of the actual words.
Yeah.
Well, you could use it. You can use anything for inspiration.
exactly.
so.
Yeah.
It's loosely based,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a softer song of ours and a very big crescendo of a song.
All right. Well, here we go.
Cool.
All right, welcome back to the Crimson Metal Show here on KXOU. Well, that is it for the Crimson Metal Show for this week. We will be back next week during finals week because, why else? Why not be here during finals week while everybody else is studying and taking tests? We're just still be rocking because that's what we do, right? Right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll rock.
Yeah, we'll be rocking. So
We'll figure something out.
make sure to tune in
Yeah.
8 to 10 on Wednesdays.
I'd like to thank Turbo Wizard for coming in here. Guys, thanks a lot for coming in. Thanks for the
guys.
swag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And keep us in the loop.
Yeah, you gotta show the camera that.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Please buy them.
All right.
We have lots.
And
is free.
we're going to play, looks like what we have queued up because the program staff it looks like they finally got around to scheduling more metal music around My Metal Show.
What a concept.
Yeah. And so what we got queued up just randomly is our good friend Kevin's band Monument.
All right.
Oh, great.
All right.
Yeah. Who is my drummer for Angelical Tears. So this is his original band as well.
That's right.
So he's like in 3 bands now. So
That's drummers for you.
yeah, there you go. All right. Well, so we got Monument, and it looks like what do we got? Locust Grove will be up after that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and some Spinal Cross. And hey, look at there. I see more Angelical Tears.
Very nice.
Yeah, so here we go.
All right,
Good
guys.
night, everybody.
Good
See you
night.
guys next week.
Good night.